Summer is the best time to think about painting your home, especially the exterior. It's a good day in Colorado, so we decided to check on one of our paint partners, Kevin Getz, owner of American Painting Specialists, and see what he's doing in one of his clients' home. So how do you think you're different from other paint companies? Like, what is that extra thing that you do that makes you different?
Well, one of the extra things is that all of my painters are career painters. So everybody...
They're just not like part-time people.
There's no part-time people. It's not like high school or college kids home for the summer.
Right.
And so, I mean, they all know what they're doing all day long.
So when a customer calls you, you come and do your quote yourself. I think you do the estimates yourself.
I do.
You meet with the customers and no deposit. So
no deposit.
You give them the quote, you paint, and then when they're happy with the job, that's when they pay you.
Exactly.
Well, let's talk about your project here. You're doing an exterior paint.
We're doing the exterior.
And I think what people forget, like, is there a difference between the paint that you use for the interiors and the paint that you use for exteriors?
There is. You know, exterior paints have just a different formulation because they have to deal last longer, deal with all of the elements and that kind of thing. Flat paints, you know, where they don't have any shine to them, they're meant to kind of somewhat wash off.
Right.
Where semi-gloss paints, they have more of a shield to them, that kind of thing, kind of reflect the sun more.
For people who live in covenant-controlled communities, they have to get the paint approved before they can actually paint it on their home. Is that something that you help consumers with, or?
I do. We're happy to come out to the house once the customers pick their colors, and we're going to put some samples on the house so that the customer's happy with it, and then also that the homeowners association is happy with it.
Right, because there is a process that you have to go through. And some communities, I think, limit you to 3 colors. Like, I see that you brought some paint samples here. There's 3 colors that you brought, and I think you do the base color, there's a trim color, and there's an accent color.
In this neighborhood, they want to make sure the garage doors are the same color as the siding, the base color.
Okay.
So that's, you know, the main color. The trim right now is everything that's white on the house, and
around the windows.
Around the windows, around the kind of the fascia boards, around the, you know, the end trim.
Right.
And the way this house is built, there's not a whole lot of different knick-knack areas for us to use as a
the accent.
As the accent.
Yeah. So let's talk about like what Nathan and Adam are doing here.
Okay.
I know they're doing some prep work.
Right.
So just explain the process. So when a client hires you to do the exterior, what usually happens first?
We would like to wash the house down.
Okay.
Just to kind
so
of,
do you power wash
just
everything?
power wash, just to get everything kind of clean. Once we do that, then it's going around, and the guys right now are doing a whole lot of caulking because this house has had a lot of shifting over the years. You don't want to have all those gaps and cracks because water gets in there, it causes damage to the house. Chance that water gets behind the paint and makes it pop off and peel. So it's kind of a twofold thing to protect the house and the paint job. They're also going to go around everywhere where there's some peeling paint. And they're going to scrape that off with a scraper or a wire brush so that everything that's on the house is a solid surface. Once we do all those areas that are bare, we need to put a primer on those. Because, you know, primer is meant to seal bare spots where paint is like a coating. And you want all those bare areas kind of sealed so that the paint will stick to it really well.
And usually, like this size home, like how long does it usually take for you to do the prepping and do the priming and, you know, paint the house?
You're probably looking 3 to 4 days.
Well, thank you, Kevin, for having us. Coming up next, we're going back to the showroom where Jen's going to show us how to add color to your home with floral arrangements.